Yeah.
Morena squad, me timata tātou. Uh, Tūtau mai runga, tūtau mai raro, tūtau mai roto, tūtau mai waho. Kia tau ai te mauri tau, te mauri ora. Kia mau kia ita, whakamaua kia tina, haumi e, hui e, ai ki e. Morena no squad. So we're going to carry on with our uh, full mobility we've done the last couple of weeks to finish out this intake. And yeah, so good full mobility, and then at the start of next intake we'll look at focusing on some different areas. But for today we're roughly about a 30-minute full mobility. So today is just focusing in on looking to improve our techniques, extend our techniques, and then remembering some of the moves for when we get to the 3 minutes freestyle section. You just try to blend in as many of the moves as you can. Sort of see where your body wants to go, etc. Try and get into a bit of flow. Anyway, that's the plan for today. So we're going to start with T-spine circle. So got the hands behind the head, and then we're going to do short little rotations of the upper spine in one direction, and then we'll do that for 20 seconds, and then we'll stop, and then we'll change to the other side. Copy. So going and toru, dua, tahi, te mata squat. The T-spine, thoracic spine. So just trying to get a bit of warming up and waking up our upper body. So just little twists, trying to be toru, dua, tahi, change sides. Arms a bit loud. And then go the opposite direction. Toru, rua, tahi, whakatara. Then we're going to come down to the floor, warm up our shoulder area. So arms wider than shoulder width apart. And we're just going to take one shoulder to the ground, then change to the other side. Take that shoulder to the ground, keeping our hands in place. And we just continue on that for 40 seconds. Papai, toru, rua, tahi, timata. So rolling shoulders, opposite, yeah, side to side. Should feel a little bit of a stretch through the top of the shoulder area, maybe down into the arms. Toru, rua, tahi, whakatā. And then we're going to come into our rock back into our heels. The knees slightly open at the front, sitting back, hands on the ground, sitting with our hips pushed back into our heels. I'm just going to take one hand up to our head, bring our elbow underneath our body, and raise our elbow up as high as we can. Again, so we're getting a bit of a stretch down into the hips, and then stretching our upper spine as well. Then we'll change side, 20 seconds on each side. Toru, rua, tahi, timata squat. Down and under the body, then back up to the side and stretch up. Toru, Rua, tahi, change sides, other arm, same move under the body, and then twist up. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. We're going to our 1990s, so two options. One is our normal 1990s. Option two is bring one foot forward, the other leg back, and then bring our body forward and sit on top of the hip, and then change over to the other side. Right. So 1990s toru, rua, tai, timata, 40 seconds here.
Wait, what? 1990. Is it one or the other?
Yeah.
Is it one or the other? 1990 or pigeon?
Yes.
Right, sorry.
Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. Now we've got our, we're going to sit back onto our heels, put forward onto our hands, bring our toes under, curl our toes up, and then sit back onto our toes, bring the knees off the ground, come back down, place our feet flat, lean back onto our heels and forward, curl the toes under, push back. We're just going to repeat that 40 seconds. Papai, toru, rua, tahi, timata. So rock back onto the heels, forward onto the hands, curl the toes under, push back, knees down, feet flat, rock back onto the heels. Toru, rua, tahi, whakapā. Now I'm going to move into our deep squat, using our hands and just rocking a little bit at the bottom, open up the hips and stretch out the hip area. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. So deep squat on the hands and just help take a little bit of pressure where you need to and slightly rock around forwards and back, side to side. Just really lengthening the stretch. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. And our next one is a curling deep squat. So we're going to roll down in upright position. We're going to curl over, roll down, touch the ground, and then lower our hips down to a deep squat, and then push our hips up, put our hands down, and then roll back up. Papai, toru, rua, tahi, timata. From upright, roll down your legs, touch the ground, bring the hips down, deep squat, push the hips back up, and roll back up. Mahi anō. Toru, rua, tai, tino, anyway squad. Then we'll get on to our first of three sets. So that's our warm up complete. Then we'll move into the work.
Heating up.
Okay, so our three exercises here, starting with wrist push-ups. So we're going to put our hands on the floor with our palms facing up. And we're going to use our knees and our body to determine how much weight we put on our wrists. And then we're just going to lower our body to the ground and then push back up and extend our arms. That's our wrist push-up. So the further away from your hands, the further you sink back into your hips, the harder it's going to be, the more weight you're going to place on your wrists. So just moderate it by controlling where your body is with your knees. Our second exercise is going to be our seated. So we're going to be seated, take our hands forward to our feet, and then come back and push our hips to the sky. And we come back down, hands out to feet, bring our knees in, and then push our hips up to the sky. And then the third one is on our hands and but we're going to put one foot in front of the other, and then we're going to push away from our hands towards our feet, stretching our leg, and then we come back down, change legs over, and then push again. We're trying to get a stretch through the arms and shoulders and into one of the legs, the leg that's bent. So those are our three exercises. So we're going to do 40 seconds of each with a bit of a short rest in between. Papai. Right, so starting with the wrist push-ups. And rima, wha, toru, rua, tahi, timata. 40 seconds here. Really try and get a nice extension at the top. Extend your arms up nice and straight. Getting a stretch through the arms and the wrist area. Go hikona. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. Into our seated position. We're going to start taking our hands out to our toes and then up. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Hands out to the toes, hands behind the butt. Bring the knees in, push our hips up, and then repeat. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. So stay here, one foot extended, the other knee bent. Then we're going to push forward and then change legs. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Come back, change legs. His legs. Really trying to push those hips up and forward. Toru, rua, tai, whakata. We're back to the top with our wrist push-ups. One more round of each exercise. Toru, rua, tai, timota. Standing at the top. Boy squad. Toru, rua, tai, ta. Sit into our seated position. Toru, rua, tai, timota. So reach out, touch the toes, hands behind, bring the knees in, push our hips up. Toru, rua, tai, whakata. Stay here, but one leg stretched out, the other leg bent. We're going to push our hips forward to our feet. Toru, rua, tai, timota. Toru, rua, tai, whakata. Tige anyway. Oh, one of those sides was harder than the other for me. Oh, I think the shoulder was a bit tight. So this next set, 3 exercises. Our first one is our cow. So we sit back on our heels and we curve our back up. And as we come forward, and we curve our back down as we roll backwards, round our back up as we roll forwards, and then curve our back the other way as we roll backwards. And then we have our one knee down, one leg out to the side. Same arm as the leg that's out to the side is going to come under, and then rotate up. And we're going to do that for 20 seconds, then change sides. And then we go into a wide stance and rock from side to side. Papai. So those are your 3 moves, 40 seconds each, starting with the back rolls, what cacao waves, what it's called. And kere te squat, toru, rua, tahi, timata. Start from the heels and round the back up, come forward, curve the back down as we come back, and then roll it up again. Toru, rua, tahi, kata. So we come back, one knee down, leg out to the side. We'll take our arm and rotate it up. Toru, rua, tahi, timata, arm under, rotate up as we twist, and then repeat 20 seconds on this side, then we'll swap. Toru, rua, tahi, huriati. Straight into the other side. Toru, rua, tahi, kata. We're going to come into a slight standing split, wide split. You're going to go side to side. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Toru, rua, tahi. Back to the start. With our rounding off the back. Start from the heels. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Round the back up as we come forward. Then curve the back as we come back. Round it forward. Toru, rua, tahi, ta. So one knee down, one leg out to the side. We do our rotations. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Nice smooth movements. Toru, rua, tahi, huriatu. Toru, rua, tahi. And up into our wide stance. Okay, side to side. Toru, rua, tahi, timata. Feel a nice stretch through the inner thighs. Toru, rua, tahi, kata, anyway. Bye squad. Into our fun ones now with the bears and the gorillas. The set really hits the legs. Right. So our first exercise, we're down in our deep squat. We're going to bring our arms back, open our chest, and we're going to come forward and get into a bear stance and just do 2 little movements. And we're going to sink back into our deep squat, open our chest, come forward, 2 little bear crawls, taking our feet off the ground, and then we repeat. So that's our first move. Our second one is we're in our deep squat, and we're going to reach across our body on an angle, reach across, put our hand down, and then twist our knee through, push our knee through as we twist around and push our hips up into the air. And we come back out the same way we went in, back to the deep squat, arm crops to the opposite side, push that knee through, rotate under, push our hips up, come back up. And then the final move is we do that same one again, cross, twist under, hands down, but this time instead of pushing our hips up by itself, we're going to reach up as we push our hips up and then come back out, opposite side, twist under, hand down, reach as we push our hips up, and come back down. It's a nice burn for the legs. Those are our 3 moves. We'll do them twice, and then we'll have a break. Okay. So we'll start with our gorilla opener into 2 bear crawls. Right, toru, rua, tahi, tīmata squat. Okay. Yeah. Open the chest, hands to the floor. 2 little bear crawls. Take your feet, lift your feet off the ground. One at a time, and then we come back to our deep squat. Open our chest up again, back down. Feet opposite, alternate. Just lift one at a time off the ground. Come back, open up, come right up. That's it. Down. And we just staying in place, but lifting our feet off the ground. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. Then we're going to go to our next one, the cross the body, push the knee through, twist around, push our hips to the sky, come back out. Papai, toru, rua, tahi, tīmata squat. So arm across the body. This one comes across from the right to the left to the, and then we push our knee through. All right, and then put our hand down. Push the hips to the sky, and then come back out the same way. Bring our knee back. Take our hand up, back to the deep squat. And then opposite arm across the body. Other knee comes through. Twist around. Papai, hips to the sky. Toru, rua, tahi, whakata. And then we carry on into the reach. This is adding on to the move. Toru, rua, tahi, tīmata. Across the body, knee comes through, hand down. Take one arm off the ground, reach and push the hips up. Then come back out to the start, deep squat. Then come opposite side, papai rā. Shoulders, short quads. Papai rā. Toru, rua, tahi, whakatā.
That's a
Back to the
tricky one.
start. So now deep squat, open the chest, come forward, 2 bear crawls. Toru, rua, tahi, tīmata, chest open up, hands down, 2 stationary bear crawls, back to the deep squat, open our chest, hands forward and down, 2 stationary bear crawls. And unlock. Toru, rua, tahi. Right. Back to our gorilla twist, hips to the sky. Toru, rua, tahi, tīmata. So deep squat, hand across the body, twist stand up, hips to the sky, and back out. Hops to the side. Toru, rua, tahi, whakatā. And the last exercise, deep squat to the twist, and then reach and push the hips. Toru, rua, tahi, tīmata. And reach across, twist under, and down. Reach up, push our hips to the sky, and come back out. Toru, rua, tahi, whakatā. Anyway, squat. Always gets a nice burn on the quads. Those ones. So our next set is our last sort of working set. And it's just 3 minutes straight with a beep or with a reminder on every minute. And the idea is just to pick some moves that we've done today and just roll from one to the other. So if you pick at least 2 to start, maybe 3, and then you can just go move to move to move, and then start again, do that for 1 minute, and then give you a minute warning, and then we'll move into the second minute, and then try and change it up to some different moves again. But the idea is to just be nice and smooth and lengthen those stretches as we go. So have a think of which moves you didn't like and start with those. And if it was all of them, then you got lots to choose from. Right, so we'll get ready to go in 10-second squat. So have a think which ones, any of those moves we just done, we just did 9 to 10 moves. So toru, rua, tahi. Start with 1. And then move through them. There's 30 seconds gone. Halfway through the first minute. Ore, rua, tahi. Second minute, keep going. Find some different moves to work on. Ore, rua, tahi. Third and final move. Minute. What te kahi kona? Ore, rua, tahi. Whakatā. Kapai score.
Ngā mihi times.
Nā mihi rā.
Ka kite.
Kapai tōra.
Let me take a photo. Photo. Tiri. Taka. Oh, got it. See ya. I need more work on those pigeon ones.
That's our mahi for today's squad.
Oh. Thank you to Damien.
Feel like I'm pregnant during doing those hip thrust ones.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are hard.
Which
I
part?
struggle with that one.
The knees or the shoulders?
That one. Oh, on my wrists.
On your wrists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My wrist can't hold myself up.
Stuck in my elbow. That one.
Get stuck in your elbow.
Yeah. Elbow, shoulders,
Oh, well.
probably.
But
But I have to
you can
sit
work
on
on.
the floor. Like, so when I come around, I have to plant my butt on the floor first and then put my hips up. I haven't got the mobility to do it all in one move.
True.
Mobility in my arm.
Well,
You should be asleep.
those are good ones actually. They're hard.
Mm.
Deep squat into across the body and then twist under and then works the whole upper body and the legs get a good burn. How do you find them this? Any?
Yeah, I think it's my shoulder mobility that sometimes hinders. Mm.
Yeah.
And I have to think a lot about what I'm doing, where my hands need to go.
Yeah, sameness.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
smooth. It's like, okay, put your arm over here. Then
Yeah.
the same knee comes through.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't make it. Sit down. Sit down. Bring the other arm through. Then push up.
Yeah.
Papai.
Yeah.
Oh,
That mean.
good. Yeah, it's good.
Mm.
One
Yeah.
more of those, and then we'll probably might go up to some. Well, we'll definitely bring in some shoulders and back mobility to start the next intake.
Mm.
Good focus in there. Maybe some of that arms. Talking about wrists and shoulders, just getting some nice mobility in that area here. Bit of strength. Kapai. Well,
Cool. Right. Ngā mihi, Dames.
right.
Have an awesome day.
You too.
Later, Gators. You put the
Hmm?
kettle on.
He kona.
Yeah.
Ah.